Anyone who really has investigated Islamic terrorism, they discovered and know that it's mostly due to the indoctrination, the Sunnah, the Hadith, the Quran, the texts, the fact that they read it, and they have these publications, and they indoctrinate a child the moment they're born, and they continue it as a culture, as a nation, as a country. If you stop the indoctrination, the programming, the words, the religion, the culture, then there's no more of it. The thing is, Africans have this too. And you might say, but Daniel, they don't have a Quran, they don't have an African Bible where it's about, it's not written, but it doesn't have to be, It doesn't mean it can't be, it doesn't mean it didn't used to be. Jews have this thing called a Talmud. It's an oral law. Today they have it in writing, but for many years it was not in writing. They had to compile it. Before the compilation, it was word of mouth. It was called the oral Torah, oral tradition. What is that? It's simple. It's word of mouth. You talk to someone, they talk to you. Oral tradition happens all the time. Your parents talk to the children share with their father, the siblings talk to each other, they share news, they gossip. That's oral tradition, that's oral law. Just how you teach something to your child, or you're a bad example, or you're a good example. That's a tradition, that's not written in stone. It's not written on a piece of paper. You're transferring it through action, through speech, through the ear, through the mouth, through the eyes. This is what Africans have done. It transferred, African brother talking to his African brother, go, yo, that white bitch mad fine, I'll fuck her ass, I fuck mad bitches, yo. And then they get political and go like, yo, the white man's pulling you down, right? Yeah, the white man racist, this and that. So they indoctrinate this kind of, almost like an Islamic thing, where it's like, oh, it's the Jew's putting you down. We're suffering economically because of the Jew. The same way Islamists do that, Africans do that with white people, or just anyone who's not black. Or even if they are black, they'll say something like, oh, he's a coon, he's an Uncle Tom, oh, he's a light skin. And even if they're all black, they're just this culture of like the inequality culture of like woman or less, bitches and hoes, I'm a thug, I'm a pimp, they're just my hoe, right? Pimp's got a pimp. It's misogyny, sexism, racism, brutality, it's not the golden rule. And they carry this out. You see it in their music videos, you see it in their lyrics, you see it in the music they make, You see the culture. You can close your eyes, listen to their music, the way they talk, the way they treat each other. You don't have to see their skin color. You see it. But with your ears, you feel it when you experience the way you're treated, If you changed everyone and turned them white, you would still see the difference in their culture, in African culture, the way they talk, the way they treat people, the way they allow and tolerate and accept and glorify criminality and savagery, being a trap artist, being a rap artist, being a 50 Cent, homophobia, blatant targeting of Chinese people in their rap songs, robbery. They carry this with them verbally. It's oral tradition. They have their own sacred texts. They have their own oral tradition, their oral Torah, just like the Jews have a Talmud, an oral tradition, which just happens to be in writing. But it used to be not in writing. That's the African tradition, the gossip tradition, the talk shit tradition, the Mac Daddy tradition. It's a tradition of pimps, manipulation through the mind, through the mouth, and showing off, strutting. boasting, bragging. That's a tradition. That's a culture.